Nobody's ever treated Stephen Thompson the way you did there. Did you envision the fight playing out that way?
Yeah, I think I thought it was going to happen that way. I mean, I've been saying it for a long time. I belong with the top guys. I need to fight the top guys in the world. I'm a top contender in the world, and I just proved it tonight with the way I beat him. My last fight, I just beat the best grappler in the world in Damian Maia, and I just beat the best striker in the world in Stephen Thompson. I just showed that I could adapt to anybody's style.
You know, there's a lot of displeasure on social media, and I know you can't, base what you do on social media, but you're at number 10. You want to jump up and fight the champion. Do you feel like that performance was enough to get you there?
Yeah, and who's ever beating Wonderboy 30-26? Who's ever beating Wonderboy in that style? Nobody's ever beaten him that way. And Wonderboy's fought for the title twice. Damian Maia's fought for the title twice. I beat both of those guys in dominant fashion. So, like, you're telling me Leon Edwards deserves it over me, and he almost got knocked out by Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz didn't lose that fight because Nate Diaz never loses a fight. But the way that I just beat Wonderboy, nobody's ever done that to him. Even Gilbert Burns beat him dominantly, but it wasn't like that. And I deserve that title shot next because my streak is as long as Leon's streak, and Leon's already lost to Usman. So let's stop with these rematches. Let's stop with he beat Kobe twice, he beat Masvidal twice, and now he's the GOAT. No, give him new blood, give him new look.
When you watched the film of him, was there something that you saw that led you to believe you could take him down? I know Gilbert got him down 3 times, but that's been highly unusual in his career. Was there anything that you saw that you felt you could take advantage of?
No, honestly, I mean, I didn't want to overthink it, but like I tell people all the time, man, the kid I'm training with, Ignacio Bahamondes, is the best striker in the UFC, and he's just a younger version of Wonderboy. He does karate, he does taekwondo, he'll do a freaking jumping flip, and we're a small team, and we always adjust to people's camps. So like the last camp, he was shooting at me 20 times because I was fighting Damian Maia. This time, he was able to open up a little bit more, so I got to stall a little bit more of his striking. It was a beautiful thing of seeing like a younger version of him because I'm seeing all this crazy stuff. So I wasn't going to be worried about anything when I fought Wonderboy.
And finally, did you get a chance to talk to Dana in the back and express your thoughts to him? And just curious what his response was if you did.
Dana? Nah, he keeps ignoring my calls. I keep trying to call him. I keep texting him. He's leaving me on red, and I'm messing around. I didn't see him. I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, he was here. Thank you.
Oh, he was here? Perfect. That's a good. Dana! We're going to riot.
Hey, Blah. So I was just wondering, did you take what Gilbert Burns, his blueprint of beating Wonderboy, and just kind of add to it and honestly perfect it?
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to beat him better than anybody's ever beaten him before. I've seen guys, I've been in camps with Anthony Pettis when he fought him. I've been in camps with T. Woodley when he fought him. So I've seen what their focus was on. And Gilbert Burns, I saw what he did, and he's a cool guy. I talked with Gilbert Burns, so he gave me his thoughts on it. I've had great conversations with great coaches, and like I said, my team just beat the GOAT in Amanda Nunez last week. Juliana Penn is a real champion, and we're a small team from Chicago, but we figure out these great guys. You don't need to be at a big gym or huge gym or have 100 guys in the gym. Like, we figure these guys out, we dissect them, and we win the fights.
UFC 205, Wonderboy was in the co-main event. You had lost that night. Fast forward to 2021.
Why are you bringing up past memories?
Fast forward to 2021, you're in the co-main event, and you just dominated him. I mean, kind of reflect on that.
Yeah, honestly, I always look back at it, and I always tell myself, stay the course. Just keep working. I know how good I am. I know how hard I work. And alhamdulillah, I'm blessed with everything I have, the people I have around me, and the team I have around me because, they keep a good head on my shoulders. They don't let me get big-headed where I think, oh, well, I'm on a 6-fight winning streak. I don't need this, or I don't need to push as hard. I don't need to do as much miles, or I don't need to do this or that. Like, we're a team that push each other. We all work hard, and like I said, gold is the goal. Like, beating a guy like Wonderboy is not my goal. My goal is to be the world champion of the UFC, and that's what I'm going to achieve.
And during your post-fight interview, you said that someone said a slur in the in the crowd. Did you hear what he said? And I guess just how.
Yeah, he was screaming out like it was some drunk hick or something like that, screaming out like racist Arabic words and stuff like that. And I was just like, Wonderboy, these your boys? And he's like, no, they ain't my boys. I was like, all right, cool. Cut punch him again, but I mean, it's like a small apex. So you hear everything, and it was just weird. I was like, all right, I can see who you are. So I'm about to catch him on the strip later today.
And finally, for me, man, like you said, your camp has had a fantastic year. I just wanted you to reflect on that, man. You've had 2 new teammates in the UFC now. Juliana just is the champ. You just dominated Wonder Boy. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing year for my team. Ignacio Bahamondes, knockout of the year. I don't know why all these other people are voting for it. They need to vote for that one. Like I said, we got a team full of killers. It's a small gym. Dana White needs to come through. We got other killers that need to come. My right-hand man in my corner, Horacio Gutierrez, needs to be signed. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. He's a killer. He's literally been coaching me for the last 4 fights, been in my corner the last 4 fights. And I'm telling you, man, we have a bunch of killers there. Like, there is no more. You don't need to do none of these contender series fights or anything like that. Just come through, sign us. We got you guys covered.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
Bilal, after the fight, you said new blood, the new hype, the boogeyman at 170. A lot of people say that's Khamzat Chimaev. Is that a fight that you'd like that could maybe get you the boost that it takes to get to the title shot if they don't think you're ready for that title shot now?
I mean, he's getting all the hype, but who's he being? I'm the guy who just beat Wonderboy, number 5 in the world. So, like I said, if he wants to fight me for the title, he would, because after I beat Usman, I'm going to have that title in my hand. So I think literally that's the only thing that really makes sense right now is me fighting for the title, or next win is up for the title. But I think we need to stop with all these rematches, stop with all this trying to help Leon become a better person, or trying to hype him up, or trying to build him up, trying to give him all these big fights. This guy doesn't want to fight. This is my 4th fight of the year. I'm active. I've been calling for other fights. So I could have had at least 6 fights this year. I'm trying to stay going. I'm not picking and choosing. There's a million guys that probably said no to Wonder Boy. Nobody wants to fight a guy like that. It's a hard puzzle to solve. Nobody wants to fight a guy like Maia because you don't really gain nothing from it, because you know what he's going to do. He's going to shoot on you 20 times. And I fought both those guys back to back. Those are the 2 hardest puzzles to solve, and I solved both of them easily.
Hey, Dana.
I am not prepared. I don't have anything with me. I'm here for you, Kevin Iole.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. First of all, Derek Lewis becomes the all-time knockout leader in UFC history. Guy that had a rough start to life and everything. What does that say about the guy that he can say, all the great fighters you had, Derek Lewis is now your knockout king?
Yeah, and if you look at the amount of time that he's been here, he's the records that he's broken, it's impressive, man. And he looked good tonight. You could see he was waiting. He was timing those shots. He was ready. I don't know if you guys have seen him in person yet, but he looks pretty lean for Derek too. He got in good shape. He said that last fight pissed him off, and he wanted to make up for it tonight, and he did.
Do you feel like your heavyweight division is at the best spot it's ever been in the Zuffa era? You think, you got Francis, the knockout guy. You got Cyril, maybe the best athlete you've ever had. You called Stipe the best ever. John Jones is coming in. You got this guy. I mean, do you feel like the heavyweight division itself is the best you've ever had?
Yeah, no, it's very good. Listen, I don't know how you guys feel, or the fans, but this Gane versus Francis fight is a badass heavyweight fight, man. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking very forward to it.
Just with the depth, though. I mean, when you go, sometimes you've had in the
listen,
past.
any division is about depth. It's all about depth. Whether you look at the heavyweight division, the 170-pound division, the 55-pound division, it's all about depth.
I know Chris was ranked number 7. There was some talk that, maybe he was pushed into a fight with a guy way more experienced than him. When you look at it, do you think experience was a factor in this fight? Was Chris ready for a guy at that level?
I don't know if it was experience. I think that Derek Lewis came very motivated and very prepared for tonight. He came off a bad experience in his hometown that he wasn't happy about, and unfortunately, Daukaus was the recipient of that tonight.
To change to the co-main event, Bilal was ranked number 10. He obviously did something nobody's ever done to Wonder Boy, so I want to get your thoughts on that. But secondly, he's trying to call out the champion and say he should fight for the title, and he's pointing out there's a lot of rematches in the mix there. What do you see in Bilal? Do you feel like he's near the championship? Is he crazy to say that he should be fighting Usman? Or
Bilal looked great tonight. He looked great tonight. And breaking this fight down, when you look at this, Wonder Boy has great takedown defense. He's been in there with tons of wrestlers trying to take him down. I thought Bilal was going to have a lot of trouble tonight with Wonder Boy staying on the outside and picking him apart with big shots, and that was not the case. So he looked damn good. We got a month off now from fights, so me and the boys will be in, matchmaking and figuring out things, filling in some holes for next year, and we'll see what's next. I'm definitely not going to matchmake tonight, but Bilal looked damn good and exceeded, I'm sure, most people's expectations.
I know we texted a little bit, but I just wanted to, kind of get some thoughts on that Angela Hill fight. I mean, I guess you could go either way in it, but 30-27 to me seemed to be the one that was a little crazy in favor of Lemos. What was your thought there?
30-27 is insane. Either way you had the fight. If you had the fight for Hill or you had the fight for Lemos, there's no fucking way you score that fight 30-27 in a million years. The fight is 29-28 all day, whichever way you went. I had Hill. I thought Hill won the fight.
And then my last question for you, the year's over now, and so, you've said that this was going to be the biggest year in UFC history. By how many measures can you say that? Like, in other words, most pay-per-view attendance, gate generated, all that kind of stuff. How many measures can you say it was your best year?
Yeah, we were going through it the other day. It goes from the level of most pay-per-views ever sold. Every live gate was a sellout, plus we broke records, to the Panini trading cards, being at like 130% over forecast. Every way that you could basically measure success this year, we did it. We broke every single record that you could. The tokens that we did, they made like 1 million tokens. 1 million tokens sold out in hours. I mean, it's just madness.
You're doing right here. Since we're talking about the
I'll get you a list of everything. But go
We're
ahead.
talking
Sorry.
about the heavyweight division here. John Jones this week, it came out that he had struck a plea deal about the incident that happened here. Have you spoke to him or his team at all about how that could affect the timeline of when we see him back?
Ask me the question again.
So John Jones reached a plea deal from the case that happened here in September, and the charges have been dropped.
Oh, you're
Domestic
asking about
violence.
The what?
The domestic violence case.
Okay.
So he reached a plea deal, so
I have
like,
no
that's
idea.
behind him.
I have no idea about that.
So you haven't spoke with him since in the past few days?
Well,
or
I
anything?
haven't, no, but
Okay, gotcha. So,
I'm sure my people have.
but you're still hoping to have him fight the Gane and Ngannou
I
winner?
have no idea.
No idea. I'm curious. There's been, going into 2022, you guys announced Columbus. There's been some rumors about Brazil and anything like that. Is there been any changes to the
Yeah,
approach for
we're
travel?
talking about Columbus. We're talking about March, I think, is London. But, COVID's flaring up again, and who knows what's going to happen in these states. And I've told you guys, Vegas, Florida, Texas, Arizona, whatever happens. I don't care.
Yeah. Did you see the NFL's change in their policy and how they're handling COVID testing and everything like that? And
Could I see what happened?
Did you see the NFL, how they're changing their testing policy? And will that, does that change your perspective on how you guys might approach things?
I think that, through what I'm hoping was the worst of the worst, we cruised right through it. So I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I could care less what happens.
And I wanted to ask you, Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier were talking about wanting to fight in January, and they said they both agreed to it, but the date maybe didn't work. Is that a fight you guys are hoping happens sometime?
Yeah,
in the
listen,
next
if
few
that's a
months?
fight that they want and the fans want to see, we'll do it.
Okay. And last thing from me, are you leaving here directly to go watch Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, I imagine?
No.
No. There's a bunch of your fighters there. Nate Diaz is there. Jorge Masvidal.
You already saw that fight, right? We saw that fight already.
Yeah.
You going to watch it?
Probably. Nothing
fun.
else to do.
Sounds like you're in for a fun evening.
There you go.
Hi, Dana.
Yep.
Over here. This week, Khabib held a press conference announcing that his promotion will be in the United States. I'm wondering if you guys talked about anything, if you gave him any advice, or what you think about him coming to the United States.
Have we talked about his promotion being in the United States? No, I haven't talked to Khabib about his promotion at all. But yeah, he's going to find out what it's like to be on the other side, and it's not as fun as it seems. He's going to learn.
If he asks for any advice, or
If he
any
doesn't
help,
know, he's going to know. See what I did there?
if he asks for advice or any help, will you give it to him, or are you going to kind of let him learn the hard way?
Am I going to what?
Are you going to let him learn the hard way, or will you give him any advice or any help?
Listen, if he calls me and wants advice, I would absolutely give him advice. But yeah, I think he's he's going to learn the hard way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Dana.
Hey,
Cub Swanson said that he would like a fight in Palm Springs before he hangs it up, and I guess there's a new arena opening up in Palm Springs. Would you be open to doing that?
a fight in Palm Springs isn't exactly a massive market. Probably not. You know, somewhere in Southern Cal is as close as he's going to get, I think.
And then talking about Nate Diaz, another fight that people have just been chiming about is Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Is that even a possibility?
I think we have a fight for Tony Ferguson. I think we have him lined up with somebody.
Is it fun?
Is it what?
Is it a fun fight?
Is it a fun fight? Yeah, I mean, they're all fun. Look at tonight. I mean, they're all fun fights. I mean, even the cards that get doubted are usually the best cards, you know, ever. So, you know, I just posted that this is like the third most finishes in modern UFC history. Tonight was an incredible night. It's the way you end the year, boy, let me tell you.
And then speaking of like ending the year, I just wanted your to kind of reflect on the year. Do you have any favorite fights that you watched? And if you had like a knockout of the year, maybe a fight of the year?
It's so hard. I mean, right now here, fresh thinking about the year, you got to go with Gaethje versus Chandler. I mean, that's the one that stands out the most in my head. But the Pena-Amanda Nunes fight was just awesome. You know, it's tough to pick one, especially when you've had a year like we've had.
And then looking forward, I guess, are there any fights that really stick out to you to kick off 2022? Like you have Kattar versus Giga.
Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou is what I'm the most excited about right now. Right here, right now, I mean, two big badass heavyweights in their prime. One is slick, has great footwork, great hands. The other one has devastating one-punch power. I mean, just doesn't get any better than that.
And I guess finally for me, the heavyweight division, man, it's just a log jam up top. Do you kind of have it all planned out, or is that going to be something that you and the matchmakers are going to work out? Because you got Stipe, you got John, and Derek's now reinserted himself.
Yeah, well, we don't have John yet. I mean, John hasn't said anything, but you know, no. I mean, listen, that's a good problem to have in the heavyweight division. If there's so many great fights that you want to see, it just means that the 22 is going to be packed full of great heavyweight championship fights. I love it.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, just one more. I know you guys are going to Houston in February. Is there any chance you'll try to put Derek on that card and do a quick turnaround for him?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's going to depend on how he feels. And, you know, obviously if you go to Houston, it would make sense to have Derek, but I don't know.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask about Cyril Gane. Is there any concern about travel issues or restrictions about getting him over from France? Are you guys trying to encourage him to come now?
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of concerns going into, you know, the end of this year with what's going on right now. You know, here we are again with college football, NBA, NFL. These guys are all canceling games and shutting down. So what does that mean about travel restrictions and all this stuff? But like I said, we you know, smoked right through hopefully what's the worst of it, you know, last 2020. So I'm not worried about it. We'll figure it out. And one thing we do, we always figure it out.
Yeah, so maybe we'll tell Derek to keep his phone on when he comes in here and talks to us later.
Sure. Tell him to keep his phone on.
All right. Thanks, Dana.
All right.
Hey, one last question.
Yep.
Was the Conor fight with Dustin, the rematch, was that the highest selling pay-per-view of the year?
Was Conor and Dustin the highest? I don't know. Off the top, I would assume so, but off the top of my head, I don't know. Yeah, I'll get you all the information, the year wrap up and all the stuff. It's impressive. Happy holidays, you guys. Enjoy your families and enjoy the new year.
Derek, congratulations. What does the knockout record mean to you?
It doesn't mean anything. It means something, I guess, because of all the greats that was here before me. But it really doesn't change anything. You know, because there's still a lot of other guys that's active, and been doing pretty good as well.
Does this in any way, I know the championship is the most important thing, but this is in any way erase what happened in Houston?
I don't think so. I think it really didn't erase anything because I prefer to get the win in Houston than here in the Apex. So it didn't really erase anything. I'm still be thinking about it late at night.
There's apparently going to be a show, assuming the coronavirus is okay, in February in Houston. Is that one? I know you said you're going to Jamaica. If there is the show in Houston, would you be interested in being on that show?
I don't know. If it's 3 rounds, then yeah. But I'm not main eventing it. I don't give a damn. They can have somebody main event my city. That's fine.
When you went out there against, you were kind of really eyeing him. I mean, what was your plan in there against Chris? And did it go the way you expected? I mean, it took you a couple minutes, but
We really wanted to go in there and wrestle him. You did? Yeah, we wanted to wrestle him.
I kind of figured you would, like Bilal did.
Yeah, I wanted to. I was watching Bilal before I went out there. I said, okay, let me try that. I'm going to switch something up just before I walk out there and switch something up. So I wanted to try wrestling, but I didn't get my trip down good. Did I get it down good, Joe? No? Okay, it was close.
Should have worn your singlet. Maybe that might have happened there. What do you talk about if you can just give us a run through on the finish, like what you saw and what happened there?
He kept going in and out, and I was like, damn, okay. I'm gonna try to get the trip, and I can finish him on top, because I noticed he kept going in and out. Every time I hit him, his body get limp, and he wake back up, and he limp. I said, let me try to take him down, then see if I can finish him that way. Then I noticed once I got the clinch, it was real easy for me to get the clinch. And I thought maybe that he was already out of it, but then he came back and hit me like the 1-2, like over the top, hook right. And I was like, okay, let him go there and see if I can finish him like this.
Lastly, if I'm not mistaken, I think you're the only guy that's fought Cyril and Francis both. Any thoughts on who would be favored in that, and who do you think might have the advantage?
I really don't care. Really don't care. I don't care who wins. Cyril, I guess he's a good dude. It's a likable guy. I couldn't find anything wrong with him. His personality wise. Outside of fighting, he seemed like a pretty cool dude. Nagano, on the other hand, he kissed my ass. He seemed like a dickhead 24/7. So, fuck him.
Derek, speaking of surreal, right here in front of you, Dana was just in here, and with COVID going on, restrictions, travel, and stuff, he said it might be a good idea for you to have your phone on in case they need you next month. Dana said that.
Have phone on? My phone on?
Yeah, your phone, in case they need you if Surreal can't make it to the fight next month. Is that something you would consider?
If it's going to be co-main event?
It would be a title fight, man, main event. I know you want that title.
We'll see. I guess we'll see. I guess, man. We'll see, man. I guess, man. Damn. I just told y'all I don't want him on 5 rounds. But okay, we'll see.
You want that belt, right? And Francis again.
I want the money. Yeah. We'll see. I guess I'll be ready somewhat.
Did that knockout tonight feel any more gratifying than any of the other ones you had? You did your signature celebration when you got on the ground, but then you danced when you got up. Was that a special feeling tonight, knowing you got that record?
That was for Rodney King. I'm fighting police officer, man. Come on, man. That's the only time you get a chance to punch a police officer in the mouth and get away with it, and then you get up and shake your hand? Shit. That's a great feeling, man. Great feeling.
And you threw your cup into the crowd. You threw your gloves into the crowd. Is that the first time you've done this?
It was the first time I threw my cup in the crowd. Yeah, I was surprised that a dude pushed a woman out of the way to grab that cup, but it is what it is.
What do you think he's going to do with it tonight?
I don't know. I seen him put it in his pocket. He went back and sat down with a big Kool-Aid smile on his face, and then sat down and put it in his pocket.
Do you still want Stipe next?
It doesn't matter who it is. I don't care. If it's 3 rounds, I get Stipe.
Yeah, and last thing I wanted to ask.
No matter who it is, 3 rounds, man.
Last thing I wanted to ask you.
No. 3 rounds. If you see my name, they say, "Oh, Derek fighting main event." I'm gonna say I'm hurt or I got COVID or something like that. I'm not showing up to the fight. So I'm dead serious. 3 rounds.
Does it matter if it's 5 rounds if you just win in the
I
first?
prefer the 3 rounds.
Don't you get extra money for 5 rounds?
I don't care. I want 3 rounds.
Okay, last thing. You talked about your appearance on Hot Ones the other day, and a lot of people are wondering why you would prefer a gas station bathroom over an airport bathroom.
Because that was the quickest thing. And the airport bathrooms are nasty. Even gas station bathroom nasty too, but it was too many people in the restroom. You know, I didn't want people to hear me, you know. I'm real private about that part.
Fair enough. Thanks, Derek. Congrats.
Hey, Derek. The guy who caught your cup was trying to do a shoey or a cuppy. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's pretty good. You know, I'm a clean guy. You know, I've been here since Tuesday, so I've been pretty clean. Drank a lot of water, so he's good.
Would you say that your cup was probably hot?
Oh, my cup definitely was hot, so he had a hot latte.
I did want you to reflect on your 2021. You know, you started your year out with knocking out Curtis Blaze, then you had that loss, but then you ended strong. I just kind of wanted your thoughts on your year.
I guess you say it's pretty good. You know, the ups and downs and all the stuff I've been going through really made me like even love my family even more because they've been so supportive, especially my wife, my kids. They've been so supportive and it just made me like open my eyes out to a whole new side of things. You know, I've always been a family guy, but these last few months really helped me see how much my family means to me.
And then, you know, finally for me, most knockouts in the UFC. Which is your favorite knockout that you've had?
I like the Volkov knockout. That was pretty clutch because it's, you know, I was getting my cheeks clapped that whole fight, and that was good that I came in the last round. And it was a Russian guy, so it was American going against a Russian. And I love all the Rocky movies, so basically that's how Rocky used to fight. He get whooped in, like damn near the whole fight he getting whooped. Then the music start playing, then his wife start screaming, then you get the knockout. So basically that's how it was, and it was just perfect.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.